So here we are on a Thursday night, getting ready to go sailing out here on Grand Traverse Bay. We got some boats out there already. Looks like the fleet of dinghies that are racing tonight. This is their race night. The big boats were all out racing last night. Got a few clouds in the sky, but the bay is pretty calm. So I brought along the camera, figuring I could do a little video. I rode down on the commuter bike, which is hiding in the bushes right here for a moment, because the dinghy lives over here under a tree. It's locked down to an auger in the sand, and I'm going to remove the dinghy, launch it, and then lock the bike to the auger while I'm out sailing. So here we are, bike is stashed where the dinghy was, and the dinghy is in the water ready to go. I'm going to row out to my boat, which we maybe can see from here. Yes. Right out in the middle of the picture there are two boats. The closest one is mine. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it has an olive colored sheer stripe, the stripe along the upper edge of the hull. Let's see if we can get in on that a little bit. There we are. And I'm going to row out there and go sailing if there's any wind. Okay, here are the boats closer up. You can recognize mine, see it there, olive green, 1967, looking good. It's got the tan sail cover, and we have the mooring field here of other boats. We usually in the past have had more, but something happened to the moorings around mine this spring, which was a source of consternation and concern. But now mine's on her mooring, and I'm getting ready to approach. So here we are aboard Martha C. I've got the dinghy secured off the stern of the sailboat temporarily. In a few moments I'll move the dinghy forward to the mooring lines, tie it up to the mooring ball, and then cast off the sailboat and be sailing. But for right now I've got to get everything organized, and so we're lying like this. Sail cover will come off, mainsail will get deployed, and we'll be underway. Okay, we're sailing away from the dinghy and the little orange flag marking the other mooring line, and headed out here between the other boats until I can raise my jib in open water out here. Now we're sailing. Way off straight ahead is the big tourist schooner Manitou that I sail on in the spring as a instructor for the science program. And a little bit to the left is our red buoy, Red 8, our local buoy, and a bunch of other sailboats out here. A little farther around, I can't see my viewfinder very well, but here's our county island. That mound you see out there is a county-owned island. It's a park, once owned by Henry Ford, among other people. And it's reached by boat. And then around here we have the little fleet of dinghies. These are, oh shoot, what are they? Can't remember their name, but they're having a race today. And farther around here we have my pretty city, Traverse City, downtown, where I work. And a little bit to the right is where I live. One thing I forgot to add is that I'm headed north right now, northeast actually. North is a little bit to the left. And if I continue north, I exit Grand Traverse Bay out into the main body of Lake Michigan. And if I continue north and then east, I go through the Straits of Mackinac, under the Mackinac Bridge into Lake Huron, then turn farther east and eventually south, and I can head down Lake Huron into the St. Clair River. And the St. Clair River empties into Lake St. Clair, which empties into the Detroit River, which continues along into Lake Erie. Then if I turned east in Lake Erie, I could continue on, join the Welland Canal at the eastern end of Lake Erie, and enter Lake Ontario. And from Lake Ontario, it's into the St. Lawrence River, to the St. Lawrence Seaway, and then anywhere in the world. So if I brought enough food and clothes and my passport, I could really continue sailing right now anywhere I wanted to go in the world that's reachable by water, which is always kind of interesting. It's one thing that makes setting off sailing feel good. Here's our big tourist schooner Manitou sailing by the other direction. We've got Ivanov playing on the radio in the background. What a night. Manitou has a bunch of tourists out, I'm sure. And they're having a good sail, and they will be fed tonight by the cook on the wood stove. And I'm going to turn around and see if I can beat them here as soon as I get done with this little video section. Okay, I came about. I'm headed the same direction as the schooner, racing a bigger boat. They weigh more, they've got more sails, they have a longer waterline length. We each have some advantages. In weather like this, I can probably beat them. Let's see what happens. Okay, want to see who won the race? The schooner was over here. Now she's up here. So the schooner pulled ahead of me a little bit. The victor in the race today, the schooner was not racing me, but I was racing the schooner. And I think she came out ahead. Okay, right now I'm sailing in on the dinghy, which you see right ahead there with its little orange flag marking the other mooring line. The wind is light, the jib has been dropped, and I'm approaching slowly. We'll sail right up onto the mooring.